Hello friend, I am Naval. You are watching Code with Naval. Welcome to Full Stack Series Part 3. In a Part 2, we create one CRUD operation and we perform a testing on that CRUD operation using a Postman. In this video, we will create one Angular project and we will create one UI for a perform a CRUD operation using Angular. Okay, let's create one simple Angular project. I'll simply terminate this. Now in this full stack series we are using a Angular for a front end. So let's create a one Angular project quickly. I'll first create a one folder. Okay, for the create a new Angular project. I'll simply create here new folder Angular with Spring Boot. Okay, Spring Boot. Let's open this folder inside Visual Studio Code. I'll simply drag that folder and drop inside Visual Studio Code and it will open. Now you can see here Angular with Spring Boot. Let's create a new project inside this folder. I'll simply go this integrated terminal. You can see it will open. Okay, inside a Spring Boot Angular with Spring Boot folder, this integrated terminal open. Let's create quickly one project. For creating a project we are using ng new and project name Angular Spring Boot. Okay, I'll simply give name Angular Spring Boot. Let's hit the enter. During the project creation it will ask, would you like to add Angular routing? I'll simply press Y and enter. Then we will use a simple CSS. Then keep as it is CSS. Then project will be created. Now let's run this project using a ngserve command. Okay, ngserve and press the enter. Now here you can see our project is successfully compiled and it's a run. Okay, let's open browser. You can see localhost 4200. This all stuff is a default that provided Angular. We don't need this. We will remove this and we will create our employee form. Let's open app folder. Inside app folder you can see here app.component.html. all this default code, we don't need all this default code. We will simply remove this code, Control A and delete. Okay, let's save. Now you can see all code removed. Now we have to create our UI. First we will create a employee form for inserting a record. Then we will create a one report for showing the record. Okay, let's create first employee form. Okay, I already have a cheat code. I'll simply copy that code. Okay, let's copy this code. Okay, let's save this. Now you can see we have a one field with one submit button, add employee. Okay, now but this UI is not looking good. We have to apply a bootstrap library. For applying for inserting bootstrap library we have to do one more thing. We have to copy this line, this bootstrap line, and we have to paste inside story.css. I'll simply paste that line here. Okay, I'll provide all this code on a GitHub. You can clone this all code on a GitHub. Okay, I'll provide a link in a description, GitHub link. Okay, now you can see suddenly our UI is a change and it's looking good. Okay, let's create a required field. We have to require an employee name, employee address and employee designation. Let's create those fields. Here we have only full name. Here I'll change employee name. Save one more field, employee address, and last one employee designation. Let's change this ID and all these thing also. Address, address, here required id also, address name also, address. Okay, let's save this. The last one is a designation, designation, here also designation, and finally name also designation, designation. Let's save this. Now you can see we have a three field: employee name, employee address, and employee designation. Let's add a heading for this form. I'll simply add here heading H4 and employee form. You can see here employee form, here we have a three field: employee name, employee address, and designation. Now when we click add employee button, in that time our record should be saved inside the database. Okay, that's why we have to interact with our backend. We already have created our backend. If you don't watch previous video and previous two video, then go and watch those video first, because this video is a continuation for those two video. Okay, here we already created all this REST API. We are just consuming those REST API in Angular, and we are performing the CRUD operation. We will simply create a one model class inside a app folder. For creating a app model class, I'll choose a new file. I'll simply give employee okay, employee dot module.ts. okay, simply employee dot module.ts. Export. Okay, give the employee class name, export class and employee. Okay, simply that much simple. You can create a required variable here. I'll simply create a private, or don't need to define a private. I'll simply create here id colon number. Okay, then we have a name colon string. Okay, then we have a address colon string. Then we have a designation colon string. You can see our this 4 field is throwing error because we didn't initialize those variable. We have to initialize those variable. Simply add default value, id number equal to 0, name equal to null. I'll simply add here null, or we have to add empty string, then address equal to also empty string, and designation also empty string. Here you can see our employee model class is created successfully. This class we will use for a data binding. Okay, let's create a object for this class inside a app.component.ts. I'll simply create employee employee equal to new employee. Okay, simply that much simple. Employee. Here I have created that particular employee model class object, and this object we will use for a two-way data binding. Let's open app.component.html. Here we will add ng model two-way data binding. So how can we use the ng model for a two-way data binding? We have to define a ng model inside these brackets, and here type ng model equal to, okay, ng model equal to employee. Employee is our, you can see recently we created a object, employee object. Let's copy this employee and add here. Then we created inside the employee class, employee model class, we created a name, address, designation, and id. Let's use this name for a name field, employee dot name. Okay, let's save this. The same way we have to create for each component, employee address, employee name we have done, then we have to create an employee address. Let's change here name to address. Okay, then last one is the employee designation. Let's copy this and add here and change here designation. Save this. When click this submit button, add employee button, that time this form should be submit. That's why create here one event, click event, click equal to, and we can give a method name add employee. Okay, simply add employee. We have to create this method inside the ts file. Let's open ts file, typescript file. Let's add here that particular method name, and when we click this method in a HTML form, when we click this button, that time this method should be executed. Which method? Add employee method. Okay, in a site add employee method we are getting a data or not. Let's check that. For checking that, we will use console.table. Okay, simply console.table, and we will print employee object. Okay, employee object, this dot employee. Let's save this. Okay, open a development console. Okay, now let's enter random value. I'll simply give the my name Naval, then address is Pune, then employee designation is a Java developer. Okay, Java developer. When I hit the submit button, that time we have to get data inside the console. Let's hit the add employee button. You can see we got data here, name equal to Naval, address equal to Pune, and designation equal to Java developer. Now we have to save this data inside the database. For that we have to create one service. Okay, let's create a service class. For creating a service class, we will first create a one folder. Okay, let's create a new folder, and we will give that folder name is a service. Okay, inside that service folder we will create a new service. For that we will simply right click on that folder, and we will choose open the integrated terminal. Okay, and you can see here our terminal open inside that folder. Okay, app/service. Here for creating a service we have a command ng generate s for service and that particular service name. I'll give simply employee service. Okay, let's hit the enter button. This service we are using for accessing a REST API. Okay, interacting with a REST API that we created in the last video. For that, first of all we have to declare a HTTP client. HTTP client is responsible to connect the backend REST API. Let's declare a HTTP client inside the constructor. Okay, I'll simply add here private HTTP client. Okay, colon HTTP client. Okay, now you can see our HTTP client is throwing error. We have to import this HTTP client. I already have a cheat sheet code. I'll simply copy this import line and I'll put inside our project. Okay, let's add here. Now you can see error is gone. Let's save this. Now we have to create here method for add, delete, update, everything. We have to create those method inside this service class. Let's create here method for add employee. Simply I'll use add employee. Okay, I have create here add employee method. This employee method has a argument employee argument, and then return HTTP client dot, here we have all methods, post, put, delete, everything. In this scenario we will using a post method because we are sending a data. Okay, let's use this key and paste here your API URL. Let's open our Postman. Yesterday we tried this APIs. Okay, let's copy this URL. I'll simply copy this and paste inside the code. Okay, I'll simply add that URL in here. Also we have to pass that particular employee object. For that simply add here comma and emp. Okay, and finally add a semicolon. We have successfully created our service and there we create a add employee method. Okay, this variable is throwing error, employee object is throwing error. We have to change employee type any. Okay, let's save this any, save this. Now error is gone. Now we have to access this add employee method inside the add app component.ts. Okay, for what? Because here we are getting all data inside this console. We print data, we are getting all data, but now we have to store this data inside the database. Okay, for that we have to first access our employee service. Let's, for accessing any service we have to declare that service inside the constructor. Okay, declare here private employee service colon employee service. You can see we have a declared here service successfully. Let's use that service using a this dot employee service dot. Inside the employee service we declared add employee method, and in add employee we have to pass this dot employee. Okay, this object, because our all data inside this object. Then we use a subscribe because we are performing a here REST API operation. We are dealing with the APIs. Then here we have to use a dot subscribe because here we are dealing with the APIs. Let's add here subscribe will give the result, and here we are using arrow function. Using arrow function we can print any message because here we are not getting any data. Okay, that's why I'll simply print here alert successfully added. I'll simply here added. Let's save this, go to our project. You can see we got error here. Here we got error something like no provider for a HTTP client. Okay, how to resolve this error? Here we didn't add inside the app.model.ts. we have to add when we use the ng model. Okay, I'll show you this one thing. When we use this ng model, that time we have to add this. Okay, where is our app? We have to add this forms model. Okay, then when we use the HTTP client, then we have to use here, we have to add here HTTP client model. Okay, let's add this HTTP client model, save, and you can see now our error is gone. Let's enter here any random value. I'll simply add address and employee designation. Okay, let's hit the add employee button. You can see you suddenly got error course origin because we didn't start our backend. Here you can see our backend application is started. Now let's try one more time to hit the URL. Okay, let's add employee and hit the submit button. I'll simply type my name, address and designation QA. This time I'll write here QA, then hit the add employee button. You can see suddenly we got the error. We got error something course not origin or course policy has broken a course policy. Okay, we had done one mistake. Okay, we didn't add their http colon double slash. Let's add inside the service class. Let's add in url http colon double slash. Okay, let's save this and hit one more time. I'll simply add Naval Pune and QA. Okay, quality assurance. Let's hit the add employee button. Okay, again we got the same error, not saved. Let's save this file and try one more time. Naval Pune and address designation is the QA. Let's hit add employee. You can see now we got alert added. Okay, let's check in a database our data record is added or not. Refresh this. You can see Pune QA Naval. Okay, let's add one more record. I'll simply change here Naval to Raj. Okay, and Java developer and hit the add employee button. Okay, now suddenly we got the added message. Now let's check inside the database. Open employee and refresh this. You can see our next record is also added successfully. Now you can see our record is added successfully. Then next we will see how to get all record and how to show that record in a table. Okay, for that we have to create a one more service here for fetch all record. Okay, I will simply give that service name. That method name is a get all record. Okay, get all record, and simply we will return here, return this dot http client dot get. Okay, and what kind of data we are getting? We are getting employee. Let's add that data type here, employee, and let's add here that URL. Okay, simply copy. I'll copy the previous URL and I'll paste here. Let's save this. Now we have to use this method inside app.component.ts. We can see here app.component.ts. This. Okay, we have to create one more method here, get all employee. I'll give simply method name get all employee. Okay, and here we will call that return, or we can simply call this dot employee service dot get all employee. Okay, here we use a subscribe. In a subscribe we add here result in arrow function. Here in a result we get all data. Now we have to store all this data. For storing all employee record we have to create a one array, because we are getting a more than one employee. Simply create here employee array and colon. That employee array type should be employee class. Okay, simply that way we can create. Now you can see this employee array is throwing error because we didn't initialize. We have to initialize this array. Okay, let's equal to array bracket. Now we have to use this array. We will store all student record inside that array. I'll simply add here employee array, this dot employee array equal to result. Okay, now here you can see following. Here you can see it's throwing the error, because if we open a employee service, here we define a just single employee. Okay, Now here we have to define an array of employee. Okay, let's save this. Now you can see error is gone. Now first of all, let's print this result. We are getting data or not, we have to confirm that first. For that, I'll simply type here console.log, and I'll simply print here this dot employee array. Okay, or we can say console.table. Okay, that look nice. Okay, let's save this. Now we have to call this method get all employee. We will simply create one button inside a HTML file. I'll simply create one button. I'll copy this button, I'll paste after close form. I'll simply change here type button, and here show all employee. Okay, I think we have to change method name also. Inside app.component.ts, here we will change get all employee to show all employee, and here we have to change content show employee. Okay, let's save this. Open browser. You can see we have a here button show all employee. I'll clear the console. I'll hit the show employee button. Okay, I think there is nothing happen. Okay, inside the info you can see we got our output. We got 3 record, id 3, id 7 and id 8. Okay, now we have to print this record inside the table. That's why we have to create here one table. Let's create a table here. Open our IDE. Okay, HTML file. We will create here one table. Okay, I already have a cheat sheet for table code. I'll copy that table code. Okay, I'll simply copy this code and I'll paste here. Okay, now quickly change how many field we have. We have ID, name, then we have a address and designation. Let's add here address, designation, address and designation. Save this. Here we will use the ng for, because we have a more than one record. We have to iterate those record using a for loop. Just add here star ng for. Okay, in ng for we have to define a let emp of and our array name. Let's check what is our array name. Our array name is the employee array. Let's copy this employee array and paste here employee array. Now we have to print one by one. First we have to print id. So let's print id emp.id. Then we have to print our employee name emp.name. Then we have to print designation and address. Okay, address and designation. Okay, address and then designation. Save this. Try this, it will render or not. You can see we are not getting data here. Let's hit the show employee button. You can see when I hit show employee button, suddenly we got the all record, but in a designation here directly printing the code, that means we had done some mistake. Okay, now you can see we got a designation also properly show. Okay, Java developer QA Java developer. Let's perform update. When I click this update button, then this old data should be populate inside this form. Okay, employee form, and also change this title employee form to edit employee form, and also should we change this add employee to update employee. Okay, so how can we do that? First of all, we have to instead of adding this employee form and add employee, this content hard coded, we have to this content interpolation. we have to create a two field, one for a form title and one for a buttons. Let's create those quickly. Okay, I'll create a inside the component, I'll create two field, two variable. Okay, I'll create here employee form title equal to, initially it should be add employee. Okay, add employee. When I and add employee and button submit, button name should be submit button, button content should be add employee. Okay, or we can say submit. Okay, we will simply add a submit. Okay, here two things, we have to pass this interpolation. Using interpolation we have to pass this content inside the app.component.ts. We will simply select this and using interpolation. Okay, here we will add form title. Here we will add form title and inside a button. Okay, not here exactly, we have to add inside the form title. Let's scroll up. Now we have to add here. Okay, form title, this should be inside double curly braces because we are using here interpolation. Let's save this. And second thing, we have to add here button also. This button title should be dynamic. Okay, here we will add submit button. Okay, let's check what name we given. We given here submit button. Let's copy this and paste here. Let's check now. You can see add employee and here also add employee. Now then when I hit this, okay, I think something wrong here. Instead of adding here we add. Okay, let's copy this and add here. We added the code in the wrong button. Let's change here. Show employee. Okay, save. Now you can see submit show employee. When I hit the show employee, we got record. Now here when I click the update button, that time the previous old record should be populate this form. Okay, for that I'll write a code. Okay, you can see here we have a update and delete button. Let's create here one click event. Okay, I'll simply add here click equal to, I'll add a method name. Method name is a edit employee, and we will pass employee object emp. Okay, let's save this. Create this method inside TypeScript file. I'll simply create after show employee. I'll create here edit employee, and it will take emp object, and that emp type is a employee. Okay, employee. Okay, now if you observe here in a ng model, here we use a employee.name, employee.address, employee.designation. If we set any value inside an employee object, then that value automatically populate in this form. Let's set that value. So how can we set? Here we already define an employee object. Let's use this employee object. Okay, I'll simply use this employee object. Okay, this dot employee equal to emp. Okay, simply I will pass emp. Let's save this and try it will work or not. Show all employee, hit the update button. Okay, when I hit the update button, you can see immediately all data populated. But when I hit the update button, that time this title, you can see this title and this button content should be changed. Okay, how can we do that? And also one more field should be add here id. Okay, how can we do that? Let's add here first id. Instead of creating a separate form, we can use the same form for update and insert. Okay, let's add here id. Okay, employee id. this field should be hidden. I'll simply add here hidden, or we can say read only. Okay, read only. Let's save this. Now here we have a id, name. Okay, here we have to add id instead of name. Also name should be id and id should be id, and for here is also id. Let's save this. Now you can see when we perform the update, when we perform the add operation, that time this field should not be show. That's why we have to define here condition. Okay, we will add here condition star ng. If if update button is a true, okay, we will consider update method is a true. Okay, we will simply say update is, okay, update is true, then only show this field. If update is false, then don't show this field. Okay, we will simply create one variable update is. Okay, I'll simply copy this, save this. Inside app.component.ts, I'll create here variable update equal to false. Initially it's false. Okay, now let's copy. Okay, we will use these three things. Let's copy these three things and add inside the edit employee. Okay, here we will change everything. We will change, we will change title as well as status, update status. We will change here, instead of add employee, we will change here edit employee. Okay, instead of submit, we will change here update. Okay, now this one is the true. Okay, let's save this. Here, okay, form title. So again and again print form title. Now also button, this one also again add is. Okay, let's remove this. Now you can see our three field is added inside the edit employee. Let's check now. Click the show employee button and hit any particular employee record. Oh, okay, I'll hit simply update first record. You can see immediately employee id field populate as well as our old existing data also populate. Okay, when I hit 7 number record, you can see immediately change. When I hit 8 number record, immediately change. Okay, also you can observe here, initially when I add any employee, that time here see the add employee, but now here we can see edit employee form title. Also update button title should also change here when we select the update employee. Okay, when we click the any update employee. But what about when we go once we go in update mode, what about we have to add a new record? Because you can see here we don't have any button for add a new record. Okay, that's why create a new method for add record. I'll simply create a new method here, add record, add record. Okay, inside add record we will copy this all things. Let's copy this, and here we have to set null value. Okay, or we can say new employee. Okay, new employee employee employee. Okay, and also here instead of edit we have to change add employee and submit. Okay, this should be false. Okay, let's add one button, add record. Let's copy this. Let's add one button in a form. initially here we will add a one button, add employee. Okay, I'll simply copy button, submit button. Okay, I'll simply copy this button code. Okay, and I'll paste here in top of forms. Okay, here button type primary. Okay, there should be what our method name, add record. Let's copy this add record and add here add record. Okay, instead of show employee, I'll simply change here add employee. Let's save this. You can see now we have click here show employee. Now we will click any update employee button. Now you can see here this form is the update mode, but now I don't want to update, I want to add a new record. I simply click this add employee button. You can see immediately this convert in a add employee mode. Okay, let's perform an update operation. Okay, for that first create a method inside a service class. Let's open a service. Here is our service employee service dot service. Copy this add employee all code all service. Okay, simply we will change here add employee to update employee update employee. Okay, instead of post we will change here put. Okay, let's save this and we will use this update employee. Let's open our add component.ts app component.ts. You can see here in above here we have a add employee method. Okay, you can write a logic here. When we add a new employee, that time our employee id should be null. Their employee id will always null, but when we update existing record, that time our employee id has a present there. Okay, that's why we can define here if employee id. Okay, we can define here this dot employee id. Okay, we can say id equal to null. If null, then execute this add employee method. Okay, this add employee. Otherwise, if already employee id present, that means that record should be updated. Okay, in this way we can simply copy this code and add, and instead of add employee we will simply change update employee. Okay, and this will give the alert update. Okay, update. Okay, let's save. And also it will once update record, it will call or show all record method. That's why I'll define this show all method here. This dot show all method also we will define here this dot show all employee. Okay, let's save this and try what will happen. Now let's add a new record. Okay, let's check how many record we have already. We have only 3 record. Okay, let's add a new record. I'll simply give the name Raju and address is Pune. Designation is testing. Okay, simply testing and hit the submit button. You can see we got update. Okay, that means something wrong here. You can see Raju Pune testing. This record is added here, but we got the instead of add we got the update message. Let's check what's wrong in a code. When we perform add a record, or we can say initially when we perform add record, we have to empty the employee id. Okay, we will define this way, this dot employee dot id equal to null, or we can put here 0 because we can't put null here because our employee id type is a number. Okay, also we have to define here instead of equal to null we have to define here 0. Okay, if our employee id is 0, that means this is a new record. and if employed is other than 0, that means our operation is the update record. Okay, let's add here new record. I'll simply give the Komal, address is Pune, and employee designation is the Java. Okay, let's hit the submit button. Okay, you can see immediately our record is the populate here. And what message we got, we didn't observe. Here you can see we got the added message. Let's hit the update. Okay, I want to change name Komal to Komal Singh. Okay, Komal Singh. Simply hit the update button. Okay, you can see now we got updated a message. Okay, and you can see here immediately our record is the change, our record is the updated. Now the last one is delete record. Last one is for a delete record. Now let's perform the delete operation. For delete operation, we have to create a one method, delete method, in a site service. Delete employee, let's pass here employee ID. I'll simply pass here ID colon any. Okay, and we will simply return this dot http client dot delete. Okay, and here we will pass our URL. Okay, let's copy this URL and paste here, and we will pass slash that particular ID. Okay, ID dollar ID. Okay, dollar ID. Okay, let's save this and use this method inside app.component.ts for delete record. I'll simply create here one delete record. Delete record, and this expect ID should be any type. Okay, let's use here service. Which service? Employee. Okay, employee service dot delete employee. Okay, this delete employee, what expect? ID. Okay, ID dot subscribe, and here we pass the here we get the result. Here we use the arrow function, and here we can print any message. Alert, I'll simply print here alert deleted. Okay, let's save this. Show all employee. I want to delete this Komal Singh. I'll simply hit the delete button. Okay, we didn't add here any event in this button. Okay, let's add event. Click event. Okay, where is our delete button? This is our delete button. Let's add here click equal to delete. Let's check our method name, what we define, delete record. Copy this, paste here delete record, and I'll pass here id emp dot id simply. Okay, let's save this, refresh. Okay, show all employee, and hit the and click the delete button. I want to delete this Komal Singh. Let's click delete. Okay, I have to refresh. I think I have to refresh this page. Show all. You can see our that record is a deleted. But when you delete this record immediately, don't need to refresh this page. How can we do that? Simply we have to open this app.component.ts. Okay, and add here show all employee method. Okay, simple, that means simple. Let's save and hit the show all employee button. Okay, you can see we are able to see here 6 record. Now I want to delete this Raju. I will simply click delete. You can see we got message deleted, and immediately that record is delete. Okay, in this way we can perform a insert, update, delete and show all record. I think you got a very much good idea for this video. If you like this video, then please like, share, subscribe. We will meet in the next video. Bye bye.